Hello, Ferb. You are the first. Mike isn't even here yet. Mike's finishing his dinner. Ooh, hold on a minute. I'm gonna move this. Whoop. I had a cup warmer on my desk to keep my coffee hot earlier today, and I forgot to take it off. So, alright. What on earth are these things down here? I'm guessing these are like health potion, mana potion? Hold on. Maybe I can find out for sure. What's my inventory? Yes. Okay, so those are my potions. So if I tap those buttons, it'll be the thing. How did I fix the freezing bug? Apparently the problem is when it's full screen. But the problem is because with making it windowed, which it currently is, though you can't tell, is that when you do that, it doesn't have a full screen windowed mode where you can't see the border. So that was all I could see, was just this big ugly border and half of it getting cut off. So I went and I got a fake full screen little mod program off of Steam that works for basically anything, where you tell it the dimensions that you want the inside of the screen to take, and then you basically hook that screen into the program. And so now it looks as it should. And that should solve the problem, because apparently all this is it's not triggered by anything specific. It just is the thing that happens. So don't you love it when a game has a problem, right? And I tried to do some preemptive, checking to make sure everything worked, but it wasn't enough preemptive checking. I feel like I need to, start a game and play it for an hour on my own before I start playing it. But then I ruin myself on, intros and shit. So, I guess I need to start doing that in case there are problems. So, now that we are here, what's this? The merchant's chest, it is locked. We are here for the scuff. Oh, thank you. I'm glad. I don't like when... I always worry when there's scuff. Because it's like, oh, people didn't want to watch me try to fix this for, 20 minutes. That's not how they wanted to join in on this. They're here for Dragon Age, not for me going, why are you broken? So. Oh, he's selling, Actually, are these... What are these? One second. He is selling... Can I please tilt the camera and look properly? I thought this was a sword. I think it's a big two-handed mace. But it's got a big ugly blade on the hilt part. What on earth are you selling, my man? They look almost like my staff. Maybe that's what these are. He's selling staves. So I guess we don't care. We don't care about the mages. He's selling staves. Alright, cool. They could be mage staves. Yeah. Or stabs. However you say it. My brain says stave. I don't know if that's correct or not. Anyway. Sorry, bro. I didn't realize I could slam into you. I thought I could phase through you like in other games. Sir, I am here on behalf of Lady.
I've already told you. I can't give you any more for them.
But that was everything we have. It's all we brought with us.
And I feel for you, Sarah, but it's the best I can do.
If they just let us into the city, I could get 3 times that price.
Myron?
Your business is done.
But...
That's not the voice I thought he'd have.
Now then, what can I do for you, Sarah?
I would like to investigate. What kind of shop is this?
I didn't think there'd be any stores here in the fortress.
There are many merchants who come here right now who can't afford the bribes to enter the city. So the Templars suggested having someone set up shop, temporarily. And I am the lucky man.
I see. I agree with you, Doc. I love that a mage staff looks like a blunt instrument. So it's like, what is this? Oh, it's a weapon to protect myself if I'm wandering the wild. And definitely not something to cast magic. It's got a blade on the end. Why would it be a staff? It doesn't even look like one. Except Except for all the times that they definitely do look like a magic staff. Oh, it's got two snakes intertwining, and gripping a very large, slightly glowing jewel. It's not a magic staff. It's got a morning star on the end. It doesn't. It's just a stick part. It's for walking. I have a bad leg. It's for walking. Lucky indeed.
You mean you paid your own bribes to be here?
If they allowed everyone to set up shop, this place would turn into a bazaar.
I say.
Sadly, there's only so much I can do for those Ferelden's. Poor sods.
I'm sure you're very broken up over it.
I meant you. Folks like yourself.
I say. Did you cheat that woman?
She didn't seem very happy with the deal you made.
What am I supposed to do? Buy every piece of furniture these people dragged with them?
You mean people like us?
Of course. My apologies. My point is that I'm running a business, not a charitable order. I'm sorry.
I imagine the profits help with the guilt.
I'm sure they do. A bazaar wouldn't be terrible. That's true, a bazaar wouldn't be terrible. But if there was a bazaar, then he'd have to compete with other people. And if he had to compete with other people, why, he couldn't buy all of these goods and furniture and family heirlooms at an absolute steal and then sell them again at 10 times the price back in the city. Maybe even those folks that sold it to him to get the money to create the bribe to get into the city will find him later to buy the item back for 10 times the price. He's got to make a profit, you see. If he just returned it to them, why, people might think that he had secretly helped them get in and not done legitimate business. It's totally that. Fenrir sent me.
I believe you owe your business partners something.
Oh, I see.
Should I go tell the guards?
Not just yet. I want to hear this. So, Ethenril sent you to collect, did she? Too cowardly to do it herself.
Ooh, I can ask Aveline. Aveline, what do you think?
Care to step in here?
Only because this toad deserves it.
Ah!
You have a choice. Pay, or I beat it out of you, and your men.
Hey!
Stay back. Just take what's in the chest. Take it all. Now I'm getting out of here. Let those guards find someone else to buy Dogland junk.
Dogland.
All set.
Yay! 2 golds. 2 goldies. Why, wonderful. I think it was great to defer to Evelyn. She's like, now, hold on, I got this. Knife. Hey. I just had to stab my husband on the way here, because he was going to turn into a horrible monstrosity from hell, because the Darkspawn caught up to us. And I had to stab him, not just through the bones of his chest, you see, also through the plate armor. So you can imagine that not only am I very strong, I'm also in a very foul mood. So, you know, maybe you shouldn't make me mad. Just a thought that you might not want to be on my bad side today. Okay. Hello, Ethenril, I brought you money.
Here you go. As requested.
Here is your
Will
money.
you look at that? Tell your uncle we'll make the arrangements. Welcome aboard.
You're welcome. I unlocked the achievement Nefarious. I see. Now...
Hello?
Hello. Oh, I'm sorry. I have to turn on the thing for you one moment. This should not freeze it because it's in fake windowed mode. So nobody will have any interrupted hubba-dubba. You see it okay?
Yes.
And you hear it?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, Doc agrees with me. You missed me pretending to be Evelyn because I asked her to deal with the guy. The guy for me. I was like, Evelyn, what do you think? And she held a knife to his neck, and I did a little soliloquy, and Doc adds, I have had to stab my husband as he withered away to stop him becoming something worse, and I advise you to give us everything. Now. Basically. exactly what happened. It was like,
True.
you don't know the day I've had. And I am about to do the same to you if you don't get your shit together.
Any luck?
Yes, they've agreed to help us.
I'll speak to a Thenrill and see when the bribes can be made. Wait here.
I guess we did it. We're here to stay, at least for a while.
For a year.
We'll see what happens when this debt is repaid.
If only Bethany were here with us.
And Wesley.
Yeah. A paladin might have gotten
Let's just
us
see
into the
what
city.
happens. We have a long year ahead of us.
Oh no, it got really bad buffering as soon as I turned on the share screen with Mikey. Oopie.
Thus began the champion's first year in Kirkwall. Word arrived from across the sea that the hero of Ferelden had defeated the Blight. But Lothering was destroyed. Kirkwall was the champion's home now. So she remained, paying off her debt. Made a name for herself in the underworld. It was a busy year in the city. That's when the Qunari landed. A great storm had caught their ship and left hundreds of warriors stranded in the city, waiting to return home. That's also when the trouble began with the mages. The Templars had become very powerful under Knight Commander Meredith. But, most importantly, that's when I first met the champion.
Alright, I turned off the share screen. Let's see if that changes anything. It does seem to just be having bad frame rate now. Is it going back up? It looks like it's going back up. We'll see if it turns green or if it's going to stay red. I take it the blonde woman is Meredith. Blonde hair, red hood.
No!
Correct.
Atrocity's tits, human. You know how many people want to hire onto this expedition?
Look, we know you're going into the deep roads. You'll need to hire the best, and we're...
No! You're too late. Already done.
The money from this trip could fix everything. You need us. We fought Darkspawn.
Look, Precious. I don't care if you tore the horns off an ogre with your bare hands.
You make him understand. We're running from your bloody Templars.
My Templars? No, sharing the screen in any capacity seems to be...
Then don't share the screen.
Okay. Well, as long as you can follow along on,
It's a little behind now because it's buffered, but I will try to keep up with you.
Okay. Well, hopefully that'll fix it. The bitrate just seems to be in the red regardless of what I want. Even though it's gone back up to 51, oh my god, 5200. It seems better. The cutscene went by. Well, okay. Well, that's good then. Okay. Well, as long as it's not off too far. Oh, I'm wearing the same armor, but now it's green. You're right, but settle down.
My brother has a point. It's on his head, but it's still valid.
Oh, thanks for that.
So, what about it, Bartrand? We're just what you need.
You're looking for a quick way out of the slums, right? You and every other Ferelden in this dump. Find another meal ticket.
Well, back to waiting for someone to turn us in.
I'm loving the green leather, and by loving, I mean hating. Yeah, it's not the best shade of green, although I suppose it could be a worse shade of green, so I guess I'll go with this kind of foresty thing. I think the reason it looks particularly egregious, and I suppose that would be accurate since, you know, naturally leather is not green, is that the color was applied with an overlay to mimic what it would look like if it had been dyed and painted. As, like, you can see over on the sides and stuff where the paint's been scraped off by repeatedly, like, putting on the belt. Assuming
that it isn't a, like a non-terrestrial creature.
I could have skinned a goblin, I suppose.
Well, keep in mind that there are many different, you know, dragons and wyverns and
Oh,
drapes.
goodness, that I were wearing wyvern armor. That would be amazing. No, but you're right. I mean, if for all we know, it could be a giant frog. Big frog leather.
Yeah, I mean, the Brontos have kind of a greenish-gray skin as well.
True, they do. That's true. Could be them. But yeah, I think the reason it looks weird is that when it was applied in the program, and it's not their fault for this, they didn't have a lot of time, and this is just how you do it anyway, is the green was probably a filter layer over the top, and so you can see some of the original orangey color poking through in places, so it just kind of makes it look like bleh. Could have skinned an orc, I don't know. That's true. There aren't any orcs in Dragon Age, though, are there? Unless there are.
No, there are not.
You're not a mage, why are you worried?
You can relax. After all, the Templars dogging us are mine.
Did I sound that bad? Maker, I'm turning into Gamlin.
Frog leather
Gamlin.
sounds like something the fantasy
He's got a head
French
for this
would have.
garbage.
Oh my goodness.
Maybe he can talk to Bertrand. He knows some people. After last week, we need all the coin and influence we can get.
They do like to eat frogs' legs. Also might be something that if it was like fantasy America, that's something that we'd probably get in surplus from like down in like the Louisiana, Florida kind of area. Big old bayou raising giant frogs to turn into frog leather. Oh, it looks better in the light now. It doesn't look as orange. It looks like more of a bright spring green for some reason now. Oh, hello, Orochi! We seem to have fixed the problems from last time, which is good. But yeah, I could see it. It's like, I've moved to Louisiana to farm. What are you farming? Frogs. Frogs? The big ones. Oh, the big ones to make frog leather. Oh, PETA would have a field day with that, wouldn't they? Let's see. Chinese people, philosophy, yeah.
I wouldn't trust him with a silver. But dear uncle's at least as sleazy as Bertrand.
How's that for a compliment? What else can we do? We're losing ground, and I don't fancy waking up in the gallows.
Oh, frog leather is a real thing. It's made from bullfrogs. Oh, they can get real big, can't they? Oh, pickpocket!
Hey!
Well, I'm gonna kill him. Woo! Well. Hey!
I knew a guy once who could take every coin out of your pockets just by smiling at you. But you don't have the style to work Hightown, let alone the Merchants Guild. You might want to find yourself a new line of work. Off you go.
That's a great way
How
to
do you
introduce
do?
yourself.
Varric Tethras, at your service. I apologize for Bertrand. He wouldn't know an opportunity if it hit him square in the jaw.
But you would.
I would. What my brother doesn't realize is that we need someone like you. He would never admit it either. He's too proud. I, however, am quite practical.
I like him. He's like the Garrus of this game, or Garrus is the him of this game. I don't know what one came up first. But he gives me the same kind of energy that Mass Effect 2 Garrus has. What do you think, Mikey?
Character-wise, I think he's a little different from Garrus, but he has similar qualities.
Yeah. It's a good thing Varric is short. It masks the fact that I look at his chest instead of his eyes. Says Hawke. Nice. Are you in the X? Oh, no, wait, actually, I should probably ask this first. You know who we are?
What makes you so certain we can help? You know nothing about us.
Oh, on the contrary. You've made quite the name for yourself over the last year. The Coterie has been squeezing smugglers out left and right, and the only group to survive owes it all to you two. The name Hawke is on many lips these days. Not bad for a Ferelden fresh off the boat.
And what about Carver?
You must have heard of my brother as well, then.
A little, yes. But it is you they speak most of, Messer.
That figures.
Your brother is certainly welcome to join us by all means,
Oh.
but I'll leave that in your hands.
Oh, I'm going. Without this expedition, we won't last out the year.
Oh, hello, Rain. Rain says he definitely has Garrus vibes. They're both the best friend NPC. And Doc says, I think that, in my opinion, Varric is better than Garrus. That's fair. And yeah, that's the vibe. They're like, that's your bro vibe. Also, I kind of feel bad for our brother. It's kind of clear that he's feeling left out because we're just so good at what we do. No wonder he's kind of smarmy and childish. He probably feels like nothing he does is good enough. Are you in the expedition?
You're part of Bartran's venture.
That's right. The deep roads wouldn't normally be my thing, but I can't allow the head of our family to go down there alone.
Oh, Lord.
So as you might imagine, I have more than a passing interest in this expedition's success.
Yeah, that's the head of the family, if what I remember from Dragon Age 1 still holds true. Yeah, Carver is very insecure, I think. Well, hopefully this mission will help him figure it out. Alright. You're a little bit too smooth, sir.
You're going awfully far out of your way just to hire another guard.
We don't need another hireling. We need a partner.
Do we?
The truth is, Bartran's been tearing his beard out trying to fund this on his own, but he can't do it. Invest in the expedition. 50 sovereigns and he can't refuse. Not with me there to vouch for you.
Oh. He'll share the profits.
Your brother doesn't seem like the sort who's willing to split profits.
My brother is many things, but he is not stupid. Far better to share the profits than be trapped in a tide with 1,000 darkspawn between you and the exit. Trust me, he'll come around.
Yeah, I see the seam too, Doc. There's a very clear seam in the center, but that's just sadly of, you know, how old graphics tend to look. Sometimes you can hide it, like our brothers, with the literal seam of the shirt being right there. But because most of this stuff is mirrored, it's not really asymmetrical, so you just work on one half of the armor and then mirror it over for the mesh. So this probably means that there were either some pixels missing from the edge, or the two textures were not tapped over just that one little pixel more, and it created the seam. Yeah, Ferb says, maybe seeing his relationship with us while running from the Darkspawn was a bit of an oopsie. It probably sours around this time because we're better than him. Yeah.
He also has the misfortune of having served with the Ferelden military during the Battle of Ostagar.
Oh, yeah, that would mess you up real good, wouldn't it? So he had to run in order to survive. Either that or he was in the battalion that pulled out. So either way, he's probably feeling really sore after that one. Because I'm sure that people were like, oh, you were in the Ferelden military, were you? I bet you ran away like a little weenie. And at that point, nothing you do will get, will make you not feel like shit. He's being kind of a little bitter brat, but I'm getting it. Overall, Doc says, overall, I like the armor design in DA2. I think it's leagues ahead of Origins, but it does still have problems. Yeah, I think that for the most part, those problems are just because of the engine. Or like, you know, it's old. And they had to hurry, like you said. They didn't have as much time as they would like, so... There's little things that are off. Like, this is going through a non-existent belt hole. But it doesn't really matter. It's something small, and obviously people don't normally spend a lot of time staring at it going, I see the seams! Doc says, don't worry, Carver, just flex your large biceps and then no one will mess with you. He does have big arms. A poor little weenie. Oh no! Hopefully he stops being a little weenie. He is our little brother, though, so who knows. My experience with little brothers is if they start out a weenie, they kind of stay a weenie.
Why would you stick your neck out for a complete stranger?
I'd rather take a chance on someone with your reputation than head into the deep roads unprepared. And besides, we'd be your partners. I'm willing to give a little trust if you are.
Orochi says, to be honest, I can remember when the Dragon Age 2 demo was being played in your local Walmart's tech area. Yeah. Well, on the main menu, when you go to get to load the game, down in the bottom corner here is a big blinking, try the Mass Effect 3 demo now! Be the first of your friends to see the thing! And I'm like, oh, that's been out for a long time. I don't have much coin, though.
It sounds interesting. But if I had any gold, I wouldn't need this job.
Seems
You need to
unseemly.
think big. There's only a brief window after a blight when the deep roads won't be crawling with darkspawn.
That is true.
The treasure you find down there could set you and your family up for life.
That is true.
Come on. The dwarf makes some sense. No offense. Look, you started this, and it's a good idea. Certainly better than ending up in the gallows.
We work together, you and I, and before you know it, you'll have all the capital you need. What do you say?
It seems like a bit of a long shot.
There might be nothing down there except darkspawn and rubble. How can you be sure we'll make a profit?
Well, Bartrand isn't grasping at strings. He's operating on some good information. Some of the deep roads are so old, even the dwarves have forgotten them. We just need to get down there. Then Bartrand will lead the way. You and I will be there to handle problems.
Yeah, Doc just laid out all of the release dates, or the release years, rather. So this game was released in 2012, which is 12 years ago. So for a game that's 12 years old, it looks pretty damn good, if the only real complaints that we have is, I can see the seam! The hair is kind of flat and chunky. I see the mesh. I see the seam. It's really smooth, and the floof is part of the texture and not sticking out of the model. If that's all the complaints I've got, man, it's fine. Because those are really nitpicky. So how are you helping me exactly?
What makes you so certain you'll be useful to me?
I know everyone in this city worth knowing.
He does have the look of
I
a
can
guy
help
who
you find
knows
the
everyone.
jobs you need, and if you don't need me for that, there's always Bianca.
You named your crossbow.
And why not? She's a beauty. Isn't that right, sweetheart?
Oh, you betcha! Imagine if it replied. And I just trust you?
What's to stop you from taking my investment and running?
You'll be traveling with the expedition, and I'll be at your side. If I cross you, you'll be the first one to know, and I'll be the last.
Considering I just got robbed, I think that her response would be like, you better not be fucking lying to me.
If this is a trick, you'll pay for it, dwarf.
Wonderful. I'll take that as a yes. Kirkwall's crawling with work. You set aside some coin from every job and you'll have the money in no time.
Sure, easy. But maybe Aveline's got some bounties out. She joined the city guard, right?
We should talk privately when you get the chance. In the Hanged Man, maybe. I'll be there when I'm not with you. Now, let's go see what trouble we can stir up.
Sounds good.
Ah, Hightown, where the rich go to piss their money away. This really is the best place in Kirkwall.
Oh, we leveled up from that. Excellent. There's a reason that we see, like, games with more, like, independent games with more, quote-unquote, retro graphics that do really well is because, you know, lovely graphics can be, you know, fantastic. They can make a, you know, just the piece de resistance on top of the game. But if the game itself isn't good, it doesn't matter how nice your graphics are. If your game is ass.
Well, they also do retro graphics because it's cheap to do.
Yes. Well, that's what I mean. I'm saying if all it took to make a great game was good graphics, we wouldn't see so many indie games that use them. That use retro-style graphics. Because, you know, they don't have a huge budget. They can't do all of that. But the reason they're successful is because the underlying game is good. It's like making a cake. If the cake part of the cake is good, then great frosting just makes it even better. But even if the frosting's ugly, as long as the cake inside is good, it's still enjoyable. Whereas if you cut into a cake that looked beautiful but had terrible cake inside it, you'd spit it out and not eat it, regardless of how, you know, cute and pretty the frosting was. So, let's get some magic. I'll give myself a little more willpower. Doc says, fun fact, the Codex for Kirkwall and Origins says that the city is made from something called dark stone, and at the end of the prologue cutscene, the story looks like that, but currently it looks like it's some kind of off-white stone. I guess it's... Well, actually, you know what? There might be a reason for that if it's the same kind of stone. It might be that this stone's been bleached in the sun, because, like, where we came in, the stone is, the stone's kind of, like, out of the sun, because it's down by the docks, and it's sort of like all in the shade, citadel-y kind of area. But up here, the sun is beating down on all of it, so maybe it's been bleached. Time to pick a new kind of something. What we got in here? What's this? Shield. A protective aura that deflects things as long as it is active. Okay. Spell's active. The staff channels its base elemental power across the entire party. That's pretty sexy. I'll take that. Let me buff everyone's weapons and make them magic. All of you melee peeps, you are now using ice weapons. Congratulations. Let's see. We'll give you... We did 2 in strength and 1 in dex last time, so let's do 2 in dex and 1 in strength and keep them both about even. How about that? Why do you dislike me? Why? Bethany liked me and she passed. Alright, two-handed. So he's a two-handed boy. What does this do? Warrior strikes carry such weight that critical hits gain a chance to stagger.
Much of Kirkwall during the slave uprising during the rule of the Tevinter Imperium, much of the city was razed, so it was probably rebuilt with other materials.
Yeah, Doc says...
And not jetstone.
Yeah. Doc says, oh yeah, I'm not complaining. I think it's a very deliberate choice because it looks better than Darkstone would in these graphics. Yeah. So I think you could probably say that you could easily explain it as, like, either the sun bleached it over time or it, you know, the stone was replaced. Let's see. So Varric's a rogue. So Dex and... Actually, we probably want to give him a bunch of cunning, don't we? Because we want him to be able to, like, lockpick and sweet-talk people, don't we? Yeah, he doesn't need strength. Increases fortitude, measures resistance to effects being knocked after flame. Yeah, this is all the damage for rogues. Increases defense, determines the rogue's ability after breaking locks and starting traps difficulty thresholds every 10 points. I see. Let's do that. Alrighty, shooty boy. The class is just called Bianca! Okay, there we go. That's marksman. What do we got for marksman? We can't... Oh, requires... Oh, I see. If I want to do marksman stuff, then I have to become his friend or his rival. Okay, interesting. That's fascinating that there's like a whether I like you or not thing. Subterfuge, what's that? Stealth and evade. Specialist. With much greater speed, cannot be used at the same time as precision or power. Rogue focus accuracy. Bonuses to critical hit and attack. Oh, that's actually not bad. Increase it 10%. Let's have a quick look at Bianca. What can you do for me? So he's already got pinning shot. Bursting arrow. It explodes on impact, showering the area. Oh, an AoE. Okay, well I've got... It's not bad damage, though. I have an AoE, so let's say we give him a sustained ability. Because that plus 10%. Yeah, I like having the rival and friend mode as well. System. One of the other games I play on my own, Genshin Impact, has a friendship system, which is, sadly, you can't, like, piss them off and turn them into rivals, but the more you play with a character, and the more, friendship experience they earn based on that, the, like, it starts unlocking stories about them and voice lines. If you max it out, you get a little background for your thing, but it's really cool to have your characters evolve as they get close to you. I really like that. And I do wish more things did it. Alright, now where did I need to go? What is that? Fatisville. There's a quest there and a quest here. Sebastian and Worthy. And the plot-related thing is down there. So let's go grab these quests before we go looking for our friend.
Welcome to the Hightown Market.
Thank you, sir. Oh, that is just... Oh, I thought that was an executioner's hood, and I'm like, there's just an executioner right there. Hot.
You know, Junior, it's eerie how much resemblance there is between you two.
She's my sister. Of course there's a resemblance.
Oh, you thought I meant Hawke. I was talking about Gamlin.
Maker, I hate you, dwarf.
What in the heck is that? I thought that might have been a nug. It's not. It's an arm of some sort. Are you doing a necromancy over here, my man? I mean, I know that dwarves don't have magic, but that doesn't... Like, what is this? Yeah, you can see some of the darkstone down at the bottom. Yeah, so this is some other kind of stone, which means, perhaps, that this is a more recent building. Although I think that's darkstone up in the top, too. So this is probably stuff that had to be replaced over time, perhaps. Or it wasn't... Or it's like a big exaggeration that it's all been built out of darkstone. After all, we do know that some of the information that we receive, since it's all from Brother Genevtivi, who wrote it down, is that some of it is wrong. Or misinformed.
Long time no see, my friend.
Worthy. When did you get back into town?
Oh, just a month or so ago. Things didn't work out in Orzammar.
That sucks.
You aren't still working for Athenril, are you? Your year must be up by now.
I'm funding an expedition.
I'm looking to become an explorer of a sort.
I heard. Bartrand's hard to take, but his information is usually good.
Hard to take? That's putting it mildly.
That was an expression.
I still have my old contacts. You need some rune crafting done, I can arrange it for you.
Oh!
Take care, Hawke. Don't get dead.
He'll rune craft for me. Oh, that's cool. Can I already put, like, runes in my stuff? Oh, whoops. I wanted that. Can I already put runes in this? Doesn't look it, though. No. An imported circle staff. Oh, as long as I have it, I look like a circle mage. So no one will say anything. I see. Alright, what do we got in here? Ah, I need lyrium to make all of these things. Okay, cool. Armor rune. So does that mean that I can put runes in my armor already? I can't, like, look any closer at them. Oh, plus 17 healing by this character. Oh, I can heal more. Smuggler's robes and strapping. Oh, that's why it's a different color, because I worked with them. And if I'd worked for the mercenaries, it would have been a different color. I see! I got buffs. But it was nice healing that I got, so that's good. Where am I going? I'm not going where I should go.
I need a drink.
Who is that? I mean, good for you, my man. Unless you're gonna pay me to go get you one. I don't particularly care. Wow, it's actually kind of pretty out here. Like, looking at it just from right here, you'd never be like, oh, this is clearly a city that's had a big, horrifying history. It's so pretty. Of course, then you take, like, a hard left and you see the horrible...
Silk thread or cotton thread?
You good? No? Okay. Like, you take, like, a hard left and you walk into the courtyard and then all of the statues of people being horribly beaten are there, and you're like, well, never mind.
Sebastian! Stop this madness. The Chantry cannot condone revenge, Sebastian.
It is my right, my duty, to show these assassins there is nowhere in the Free Marches to hide.
I like your armor, my man.
This is murder.
Woo!
No. What happened to my family was murder.
Future party member, perhaps? His armor's fancy enough. Oh, why did I run like that? Okay. Hold on a minute. Boots. I'm assuming I have boot. Apostate's boots. Do you not have shoe? Oh wait, I can't give you shoe. That's right. You just have outfit. Understood. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. A grave crime was committed against all free-thinking men and women in the Free Marches. The ruling Vale family in Starkhaven, my family, was brutally murdered, down to the youngest babe in arms. This massacre was carried out by members of the Flint Mercenary Company. I hereby offer a bounty on the head of each Flint Company soldier in the Kirkwall vicinity. Prince Sebastian Vale. Oh, he won't be a party member then if he's the prince. Well, actually, that's a lot of mushrooms. He might be. Oh, this is our chanter. Hi.
And Andraste did say, those who harm a house of the Maker have done harm unto the Maker himself.
You okay? Can I get you something? Do you want, like, a drink? Having a hard time out here, I guess. Alright, where do I need to go? I guess I need to go farther down the map as a whole. So we've accepted one quest. Quest for murder. It's not murder, it's justice. Oh, here we go. Kirkwall Hightown. At the height of the Tevinter Imperium's slave trade, Kirkwall's elite prospered beyond dreams of avarice. Hightown was built for the wealthiest slavers, its glitzy mansions rising atop a great wall of rock that borders, on one side, the waking sea. Lowtown cowered on its other side until Kirkwall's slaves rose to plunder and destroy Hightown's riches. Today, Hightown's prominent buildings are the Keep, home to the ruling Viscount, and the Chantry, home to the Grand Cleric and the city's religious center. Both are converted estates that once housed wealthy magisters, rebuilt and converted after the uprising. Ah, that's why it all looks different. It all got burnt down during the uprising.
Yeah.
That and this is Hightown.
As I said, it got raised.
Yeah, that's why it's not all Darkstone. That and this is Hightown, so it probably would be the place that had all of the pretty shiny things and not the dark, depressing things. These vines are really gorgeous. That's true, Alistair was a prince. So it could easily be him.
It practically screams nothing fun ever happens here.
It's boring. Yeah, that's true. Whee! That is a door. Oh, I don't know what this is, but that's something magic happening. Okay. Neat. Ooh, what is this? Gather your party. Oh, this is how we change our people. And spoiler alert, I guess she's going to join us. Interesting. All right, well.
Who are you to talk to me like that, you bloody peasant?
The guard who'll throw you out if you kick that wall one more time.
Kick the wall? Why did you kick the wall?
Good luck getting in. I've been waiting all day.
I'm just gonna walk. You've entered a companion's home base. I see. I guess this is where you can find them. Aveline! Or Lynn, rather.
Aveline!
Hello, Hawke.
Been a while, hasn't it?
What? Oh, right. Sorry. It feels like we just talked. I've been keeping an eye on you. Information is one of the few perks of this job. Watch out for Bertrand. He's a son of a bitch.
Thank you. You were spying on me?
You know I don't like it when you have people watch me.
Saved me camping on your doorstep. After what we went through to get here, well, you're no child, but I take care of my friends.
Oh.
The places they have me patrolling, I've got time.
Oh, she's been keeping an eye on us, not because she thought we were up to no good, but she wants to make sure we're okay. You're not happy as a guard?
Still having trouble? I thought you were past all that.
Lately, I don't know. I've been pushed out to some dead patrols. Maybe I stepped on someone's toes.
You can be forceful.
My charm, right? I should be able to go where I'm needed. In fact, I might have a job for you. Let me know if you want to do a favor for Kirkwall. Otherwise, I'm here if you need me. Maker knows I could use more satisfying work.
It's been a year settling in. Are you all right?
You don't need to coddle me. I am where I am. How close I hold my memories is my own business.
That's fair. Did you miss being a soldier?
This must be a very different pace from serving King Kalen.
It's just one more change, though. The real end for me was Ostagar. What about you, Carver? You were there. Do you feel something similar?
No.
All right, then. Bit of a tit, your brother.
Do you feel a loss from that? No, he lied. That was a bit of a tit. A bit of a tit. Oh, if you could, would you return to Ferelden?
The Blight is over. You could go back to Lothering.
That wasn't home for me. It was just where the Horde pressed us. It wasn't the first village I saw fall. But you don't get used to people losing everything.
It's not how I wanted to say goodbye. I'll say that.
You can't go home again. That's supposed to be about maturity. It's not the same if you don't have the option.
Yeah, agreed. Are you... I love the insults in this game sometimes, me too. Are you happy here?
Seems like Kirkwall suits you.
It has been a challenge. Lots of opportunity, if you're the type the locals want.
Are you?
If you argue enough, you kind of convince yourself.
I see. So what's the job?
All right, Aveline. You have something worth doing?
My patrols may be empty walks in the dark, but there's something big coming up, and I could use you. An ambush, probably for a caravan, although I can't find any shipments that match up. Doesn't matter, though. Highwaymen waiting for someone to rob. I'm putting a stop to it, my district or not.
You're allowed to hire civilians?
I'm no guard, Aveline.
There's only so many of us. Temporary recruits are expected time to time, as long as they're competent.
Ah.
You still claim to be competent, right?
Why didn't you tell any other guards?
Seems like you'd want to share this with your fellow guards.
I will, if you sit on your hands. I'll send my alerts, and someone else will lead a patrol. But there's profit and influence to be had. You're my friend, so I'm offering.
I see. How did you find out?
You've been nosing around outside your commission.
I have contacts, and they're complaining about a lack of meat. Thugs and such. Someone is hiring. And one or two were told to prepare for travelers. You want to be good at this job? You pay attention to what's missing, and when people arrange escape routes.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, who are we up against?
Do you have a name or anything else to go on?
Not important. If we show up and they attack, they're bad. Simple as that. I'll wager it's smugglers, though. Like I said, seems like an obvious trap for a caravan.
I see. Let's do it.
Aveline, you've got yourself a partner.
I knew I could count on you. They're hidden up Sundermount, remote and rough, but we can make good time with a shortcut this side. And no, you can't run off and do it without me. I trust you, but I have to be there. You're acting on behalf of the Guard.
That's fine. Get your butt in my party. Yes! Let's see. She's a warrior, so she's going to need... Actually, she's a tank, so she'll probably need some constitution, too. Probably more strength than constitution, I would wager. Alright, let's see. What do we got here? Guardian. Ah, in order to evolve into a guardian. I'm just gonna say that that's what happens. You evolve. She has to like me or hate me. Alright. Warmonger. Defender. Battle Master and Vanguard. Weapon and shields. What do we got here? Shield arcs out, striking foes like a battering ram. I see. Braces for impact, shrugging off damage for a brief moment and pushing back and against any foe who attacks. Secret warding off the elements is to rely on your armor, keeping it between you and the blast. Oh, increases all the resistances by 40%. And that's a sustained mode, which is what this is also. Shield Bash. Let's take Shield Bash. Shield Bash is pretty standard. Aveline feels like the kind of woman who could lift someone over her head if she wanted. Yes, she definitely does. I bet she's a fan favorite. I actually don't know too much about the fandom for Dragon Age.
Yeah, she's a fan favorite.
Nice. Alright, is there anything I have not... Oh, the hierarchy of the circle. What is this? Hierarchy of the circle. It is no simple matter, safeguarding ordinary men from mages and mages from themselves. Each circle tower must have some measure of self-government, for it is ever the Maker's will that men be given the power to take responsibility for our own actions, to sin and fail, as well as to achieve the highest grace and glory on our own strength. You, who will be tasked with the protection of the circle, must be aware of its workings. The first enchanter is the heart of any tower. He will determine the course his circle will take. He will choose which apprentices may be tested and made full mages, and you will work most closely with him. Assisting the first enchanter will be the senior enchanters, a small council of the most trusted and experienced magi in the tower. From this group, the next first enchanter is always chosen. Beneath the council are the enchanters. These are the teachers and mentors of the tower. Wow. Can't words. And you must get to know them in order to keep your finger on the pulse of the circle, for the enchanters will always know what is happening among the children. All those who have passed their harrowing but have not taken apprentices are mages. This is where most trouble in the circle lies, in the idleness and inexperience of youth. The untested apprentices are the most numerous denizens of any tower, but they more often pose threats to themselves due to their lack of training than anybody else. Oh, yes, that's so great that the codex entry auto-opens when you go to it. You are correct. Actually, let me see if we have any other... Oh, here we go. The creatures. So there's actually not too many. We've read all of this. So let's read these real quick. The Hurlock. Taller than their Genlock cousins, the Hurlocks are roughly of human size but are possessed of considerable strength and constitution. The shock troop of the Darkspawn, a single berserking Hurlock, can often be a match for numerous opponents at once. They are known to adorn themselves with roughly carved tattoos to keep track of their kills and deeds, though it is unknown whether or not there is a uniform standard to these markings. Oh, that's a long one. Towering over their Darkspawn kin, the massive ogres are a rare sight on the battlefield. Traditionally, they only appear during a blight, but some records claim that ogres have been spotted in the deep roads hunting alone or in small groups. At least one report by the Grey Wardens claims that an ogre was spotted alone in the Kokari Wilds in 919 Dragon, though it was weakened and easily dispatched. That was us, I think. That was the first game, I'm pretty sure. Up to 100 of these creatures can accompany a Darkspawn horde at any one time during a blight, often using their great strength to burst through fortifications and demolish the front lines of the opposing army. They use brute force to charge their enemies like bulls, slam the ground with their fists to shake enemies off their feet, and hurl giant rocks into the faces of oncoming foes. Melee can be difficult against a giant that snatches a warrior up in one hand, crushing the life out of him or beating him into oblivion with the other hand. The nimble can try to wiggle his way free, or an ally can attempt an array of stunning blows on an ogre to free the comrade in danger. Grey Warden lore urges caution when slaying an ogre. Unless it is ensured that they received a major wound to the head or the heart, it is possible that they are lying dormant and will regenerate to full health within a matter of minutes. During a blight, most Grey Wardens recommend burning all darkspawn to ashes, dead ogres in particular. The Mabari Warhound. Dogs are an essential part of Ferelden culture, and no dog is more prized than the Mabari. The breed is old as myth, said to have been bred from the wolves who served Dane. Prized for their intelligence and loyalty, these dogs are more than mere weapons or status symbols. The hounds choose their masters and pair with them for life. To be the master of a Mabari anywhere in Ferelden is to be recognized instantly as a person of worth. The Mabari are an essential part of Ferelden military strategy. Trained hounds can easily pull knights from horseback or break lines of pikemen, and the sight and sound of a wave of war dogs howling and snarling has been known to cause panic among even the most hardened infantry soldiers. There we go. It's easy to forget that the dogs are, like, wicked smart. Alright, where the heck am I going?
Yeah, the Mabari hounds are capable of understanding speech.
Mm-hmm. Alright, what? Oh! Oh, the map is different! Interesting. Let's see. Is there anything else out here? What do we got? Lowtown. Gamlen's house.
Yeah, so the game is separated into three chapters.
Mm-hmm.
And each chapter, it will be pretty clear and upfront when it is that the chapter will end. And for this, once you get enough gold,
mm-hmm.
people will start saying that you should go talk to Varric's brother.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't talk to Varric's brother, and you can complete all the quests in Act 1.
Okay. All right, so if we go to nighttime, we can go to the docks to complete the quest duty. Although it looks like there's multiple places for that, so... let's start with that. It's a fun little map, a fun change to the map.
How can these nighttime streets be so dangerous? We should clear these idiot thugs out.
Hi! First things first, dog. Next thing. Oh, I need to turn this mode on. First of all, let's move this here. Secondly, let's turn this on. Oh, it's cool that they've all got ice weapons now. They'll stick us like a pig, will they?
Idiots. Especially thugs who target the streets just because it's dark.
Oh, they melt away into the floor. Delightful. Alright then. Anything fun I should loot? Not yet. Ah! A disguised passage! Or disused passage. It's stinky, apparently. Doot. Alright, what's going on over here? Why can't I select you? What are you?
Make it good.
You can do.
Nice. Let's take all of that.
I don't think I can do that.
Can you do that?
Not likely.
Why? It says it's unlocked now.
That's not really my thing.
How dare you? Disused passage. So I guess that'll take us to a different area. And that's all we needed to do. Alright, so let's leave this area then. Yeah, the combat here is real punchy. Alright, let's see what else is in here. Hangman, access through Lowtown. Lowtown has the quest of a new home. A business discussion. Let's deal with these things out here first. Forget this in 2 or only in Inquisition, but if you press I, then R, you can auto-attack. Oh, interesting. An empty quiver. Stamina drop. Oh, so loot's just stuff I can sell now. It's a trash item.
You know, Junior, you're looking at this all wrong.
Whatever it is you're about to say, I'm not interested.
I'm a professional younger brother. Trust me, the center of attention's the worst place to be. When things go wrong, and they always do, that's where all the fingers point. Look at any kingdom in Thedas. You've got people who warm thrones, and people nobody sees who do the real work.
And my sister is a queen in this scenario. Perfect.
Point, missing it. Oh well.
He just implied that if you keep attention off yourself, you'll be the most important person in a room, and your response was, oh, so my sister is the queen, then. No, you missed it completely. Silly dude. Ooh, that's a lot of boxes. Ooh. Spindleweed. A resource. As you craft items and more powerful things, you discover many varieties of resources. Once you found a given variety, the craftsman will allow us access. Okay, so I don't have to craft it. Nice. It is an old country saying that spindleweed grows best for the sorrowful. Verdant spindleweed in a household's garden has often brought neighbors offering consolation, usually without even asking what might be wrong. This originates from the plant's use as a seasoning for dishes meant to speed the recovery of the infirm. A person who grows much of it is likely caring for the fatally ill. I see. And that was an entry that wasn't by Brother Genitive. Hi?
Yeah, believe it or not, Brother Genitivi is not the only person in the Dragon Age universe that can write.
Shocking! Whoop, move over here. Kaboom!
Here's a good one!
Stop shooting me.
Aim for the throat!
Somebody, help me!
I know she said now, but it sounded like she went, no! I will not help you. Help me! No! Yeah. Alright, Quest of Duty has been updated. Ooh, willpower, fire resistance, cold resistance. That's pretty nice. Let's give that to you. Come here. Whoops, wrong button. There we go. Boop. Varric, do you still not want to open this?
Eat.
Oh! He did it! A cracked rose diamond. Interesting.
His pie.
Eat! Meep. Alright, that was everything here. For the moment. Brother Genitivi did not write something. How horrifying. Yeah. Carver has a perception of 9, I feel, if you were to describe it in TNT terms, says Doc. Yeah, he's missing it. He didn't say that you weren't important. He said that if you keep attention off yourself, you can do some amazing shit that your sister can't do because she's everybody's attention. You silly biscuit. Also, sorry if you hear any munching. I'm eating a snack because I'm hungry.
There might be some stragglers before the main group. Nothing we can't handle.
You know, the voice isn't exactly the same, but her voice reminds me a little bit of Deanna Troi, like the way that Deanna would speak in Next Generation. And that's sort of like, I'm doing my best to understand you. Assassins lurk on the edges of fights, striking from the shadows before slipping away again. Be wary, as they often prey on those with the least formidable armor, like mages and other rogues. I see. So there's gonna be one of those, probably. Keep a good eye on us. Otherwise. I don't see anybody behind us yet, so that's fine. Now you fall! Oh, no, you don't. A blood axe. Shibling. Can axe? No. Is better. Imported anti-even blade. 6 damage, 5 damage. Okay. Alright. He's not strong enough yet. Ah, what do we got? 5 cold damage. 5 fire damage. I like that my buff gives me a buff. So my cold damage is amplified while I'm sharing it and giving me an extra cold damage. So it's 8 instead of 7. That's funny. Oh, hello. Summon doggy.
Let's finish this.
Oh, her shield gets the ice buff too? That's cool.
I'll spit you like a pig! I can do this in my sleep!
Stop chasing him.
I'll deal with this.
Poor guy has to keep backing up. No, no, no. How do I get up here? Is there a path on the other side? What's this? Oh, there is a path on this side. I missed the bowdy. A health potion and an empty stained bottle. Oh, more of those big funky mushrooms. Must mean it's very humid here. Probably a bit cold. Delicious. Anything over there? No.
Close to the ambush. Be ready.
Gotcha. Can I target from here? No, I can't. I can summon dog, though. Come forth, dog. Thank you. My familiar, the dog. AKA Bruce number 2. I target you, assassin man. I failed to target him properly. Get away from me, please. Hooray! Actually, maybe I should be helping over here. My brother's by himself.
Dead.
Drink that. In the process thereof, my man. I saw the outline of something over here for just a second, but I guess he went over here.
Of course we did.
Of course we did.
Well equipped for bandits, but dead is dead and the road is clear.
Yep.
Captain Jevon needs to know of this. Back to the barracks for your just reward.
Oh, thank you. Doc says, I imagine the coast here to be like Croatia or Greece. Fairly chilly and very, very windy.
Everyone stays loud noises.
Why? Ow. Thank goodness I healed up real fast, but ow. That stung. Oh, have you been to Greece before, by the way, Doc? I've not been, but my grandmother wanted to go. The long way home. Is that the main quest? Probably. Let's do duty.
Duty.
Duty. Oh, that's the main quest to go and give the elf the thing. You know what? Maybe we can do that here. As long as it's not going to push the story forward. Because it seems like the dwarf thing is what we'll do. That. I'm missing!
Bastards got me!
You go through me before anyone else. Order will rule! Get back!
Ooh! I took a big hit. There we go.
You're gonna regret this!
Ooh. Well, I can't use that. And in this one, my buds don't wear any of that. Okay, well. I have not, but I want to someday. In truth, I've never been outside the States. Oh, I see, Doc. That's fair. I've only been outside the U.S. once, and that was when I was very little. Well, not very little, but I was little. I went to Mexico. My mom's, I guess you'd say boss friend. He was her boss, but he was also her friend. They had a meeting to go to, like a business trip, and she asked if she could bring me because she wanted to show me a place outside the U.S. So I went. That's the only time, though. Elf fruit. Elf fruit was first used by the elves of Arlathan, hence the name. The root gave their medicines particular efficacy, so when the Imperium conquered the elves, the Magisters adopted its use and its popularity spread to all corners of the Empire. Elf fruit is a hardy plant with green leaves that grows wild in many places. It is so common that it tends to show up in most gardens and fields, almost like a weed. Unlike a weed, however, most people appreciate having access to the wonderful little plant. The roots can be used with very little preparation. Rubbing some of the juice on a wound, for example, will speed up healing and numb the pain. And chewing on a slice of root treats minor ailments like indigestion, flatulence, and hoarse throats. There are several varieties, but the most useful for herbalists are the bitter, gossamer, and royal elf root.
It's basically super aloe vera.
Mm-hmm. A Dalish hunter. I see. Let's do a hard save, and then we'll quick save, and hope I do not break the game. Again. Elvind. Hi!
Old Shemlin, your kind are not welcome among the Dalish.
What'd you call me?
What's a Shemlin?
An elven slur for human.
Oh.
It means you're not one of the people, and you should leave now.
What are the Dalish?
Who are you people?
We are the last of the Elven.
Keep that in mind, Hawke. Elves you see elsewhere, figments of your imagination.
They have given up their identity to live among Shemlin.
You should poke
elven no
around, by
more.
the way. Outside of just doing quests. There were many quests available in Chapter 1.
Okay. Shall do. So as long as I don't go to the brother to go to, Doc says, yes, the Dalish have gone from sounding American to Welsh. You know what? That's fair. I do like the idea that the dwarves all have American accents, though.
It's a nice change of pace.
Yeah, usually they're all really Scottish. And it's like, again then, okay. I don't want any trouble.
I was given an
I'm also
amulet
gonna
to
link
someone
you,
named Marithari.
How do you know that
A
name?
guide for one specific
This is the
side
one the Keeper
quest.
spoke of.
A Shemlin? I thought she'd be an elf.
Enter the camp. Keeper Marithari has been waiting for you.
Cause trouble, and you'll meet our blades, stranger.
Alright. Hello.
Marithari, I was told to bring you this amulet.
Her tattoos look so cool.
Shan travelers. Indeed, I am Keeper Marithari. Let me look at you. There's truth in your face. A rare thing in a human. Tell me how this burden fell to you, child.
I'm sorry, what were you linking me, Mike? She was
I
talking.
linked you a guide for the Herbalist Tasks side quest, because some of the items you will only be able to get during another quest.
Oh. That's good to know. When I start that quest, I'll pay attention to it. Okay, let's see. You were expecting me?
Your guard said you spoke of me. How did you know I was coming?
I listened. To the wind, to the birds, as the hunters do. To my dreams. I watched the stars. There is great wisdom to be found all around us, if you know how to listen for it. But I was not certain. Nothing is certain.
I like that her staff, up top, just has a knife jabbed through it. It's like, staff, knife. Don't worry about it. I see. Why did I need to bring this in?
Are you the leader of these Dalish? Why did the witch tell me to bring this amulet to you?
I am the keeper of this clan. It is my task to guide my people and to ensure the old ways are not forgotten. As for Asha Belinar, I am tied to her, just as you are, by a debt that must be repaid.
What does it do?
Exactly what have I been carrying around? Is it magic?
It is a promise, child. Made by one whose word still has weight. And therefore, it has terrible power. There are few things in this world stronger than a promise kept. Remember that.
I see.
This amulet's owner rescued my family from the Blight. In return, I agreed to bring it to you.
I honor you for coming to me. But I'm afraid your part in this is not done yet.
Mm-hmm.
The amulet must be taken to an altar at the top of the mountain and given a Dalish rite for the departed. Then, return the amulet to me. Do this and your debt will be repaid.
Are you going to teach me this rite for the departed?
I will send my first with you. She will see to it the ritual is done. And when it is complete, I must ask that you take her with you when you go.
Okay. Doc said last time you remember... You mentioned last stream you tried the Dalish origin a little in your own time, right? Yes, I completed it and joined the Grey Wardens, so I know how that one goes, where you find the Illuvian, the broken Illuvian inside the cave. And then you get infected with Darkspawn blood. Who are you sending?
Who is your first? First of what?
Your people would call her my apprentice, or heir. Merrill would have taken my place as keeper. But she has chosen a new path. Please, guide her safely from here.
All right.
If that's what you want.
It isn't what I want, but it is what she wants. You will find Merrill waiting for you on the trail just up the mountain. Dareth Shiral.
This mountain is cursed, I swear. 3 days...
In time, the human empires will crumble. We have seen it happen countless times. Until then, we wait. We keep to the wild borderlands. We raise Hala and build our ravels and present a moving target to the humans around us. We try to keep hold of the old ways, to relearn what was forgotten. We call to the ancient gods, although they do not answer and have not heard us since before the fall of Arlathan, so that one day they might remember us. El Garnon, the eldest of the sun, and he who overthrew his father, Mithal the protector, Fanharel the dread wolf, and Andrul the huntress. Oh, we read about some of these in the last game as well. I recognize Fanharel. He had a big wolf statue. It was in the werewolf quest, actually. And we heard about Andrul as well. Falun Din, the friend of the dead, Durthamen, the keeper of secrets, Gilon Nain, the mother of Hala, Jun, and I remember that person as well, the master of crafts, and Salace, the hearth keeper. I remember that name also. We gather every 10 years for the Arlathon. Oh, it's still the Arlathon?
It's Arlathon has always been the pronunciation.
No, I know that, but this one has a V in it. It's not Arlathon. We gather for the Arlathvahen.
Oh.
We gather every 10 years for the Arlathvahen to retell the ancient stories and keep them alive. For when the human kingdoms are gone, we must be ready to teach the others what it means to be elves.
I see.
Oh, I see!
Maybe it's not the mountain. Maybe it's just you that's cursed by love.
Maybe the mountain's not cursed. Maybe it's you. Oh, well.
Yeah, poke around before you go up the hill, by the way.
Oh, I've just gone up the hill.
Oh.
I can turn around. You said that as I went up the hill. That's what the delay do, unfortunately.
I mean, you could poke around
afterwards.
But I would do so before continuing up the path.
Okay. You must be the one the keeper told me about. Anathera.
I'm so sorry. I didn't ask your name. Unless... It's not rude to ask a human their name, is it? I'm MERRILL, which you probably knew already. I'm rambling, sorry.
What was that?
Did you hear that strange noise?
Oh, I didn't hear anything.
Uh-huh. I saw you doing spooky shit. Why are you leaving your clan?
Why are you leaving the Dalish for Kirkwall?
I have to. Let's leave it at that for now, all right?
Did you do something wrong?
I get the feeling you're in trouble.
It's not like that. Not exactly, anyway. The Keeper and I have disagreements, but it will sort itself out in time.
I see. What's the matter?
You seem awfully nervous.
I've never met a human before. Dalish mothers frighten their children with stories about you, you know. Not you, personally, of course. I'm sure they don't have any tales about you. Or not scary ones, at least.
Poor
Now that
Merrill.
you're not notable enough to have a story, I'll just shut up now.
I like her. Who are you?
We didn't get a proper introduction.
I am... or was, I suppose. The first to keep a Marathari. I've studied the old ways for as long as I can remember. I know things. The law of the Dalish that can help us get to the summit of Sandermort.
It's nice to meet you.
My name is Hawke. Glad to make your acquaintance, Merrill.
Thank you. I'm afraid I'm not very experienced with your kind. The Keeper said you came from Ferelden. I spent most of my life there. We only came north a few years ago. Have you been in the Free Marches long? Do you like it here?
Yeah, it could be worse.
Oh, I miss the cold. And the dirt. Kirkwall's not brown enough for me. But hey, no Darkspawn.
Ferelden wasn't that brown. The dirt and muck gave it character. We should go. Your task is for Asha Belenar. It's not wise to make her wait.
Have you met Asha Belenar?
Do you know the witch who sent me here?
No, not personally. My people tell stories of her, though. You're very lucky. Most people who meet Asha Belenar wind up in little pieces, hanging from the trees.
So you know about my task, then?
I take it you've been expecting me to bring this amulet for some time.
The Keeper brought us here to wait for you. I don't know much more than that. I do know that you have Asha Belenar's amulet, and we must bring it to the altar on the mountaintop. Nothing more.
Okay. So what about the rite?
What do we have to do with the amulet?
It's a funeral of sorts. I'll perform it when we get to the mountaintop. Getting there is the tricky part. Our hunters haven't been able to reach the summit. Dark things are about.
Alright. I need to go get some supplies.
I need a few minutes to prepare.
Of course. Best if we hurry, though. I'd like to be away from here.
I see. Alright. Merrill has been added to our little cavalcade. Alright, what can we do? Ah!
When he threatened to hang Paul upside down from an arrow.
The Tale of Ilorin. In the days after the rising of Zazakiel, the Dark Ones covered every corner of the land. The Archdemon drove all nations of the world before him, Shemlin and Elfhen alike. In the far north, where the hills wander the plains, and the earth is eternally baked beneath the uncaring sun, the lands which the Shemlin call the Anderfels, a clan of our people lived, struggling to survive the Blight. Ilorin was their keeper, a hunter in his younger days, crafty as any wolf. He led his people always just ahead of the Darkspawn who chased them, but the old hunter knew that even Hala cannot run forever. They must turn and fight or be run down. At the foot of the Meridian, the Darkspawn cornered Ilorin's clan. That night, the moon was strangled by clouds, the earth concealed by a dread mist that rose out of nowhere, so that the Elfhen could not tell up from down. In the confusion, the Darkspawn attacked. But Ilorin had prepared for them. All around the camp, the hunters had strewn dry grass, brush, and brambles. When the sound of rustling footfalls began, Ilorin and the other Ha-Haren, called upon the old magic. They struck out with lightning, and though the bolts missed the Darkspawn, they hit their target all the same. The sea of kindling lit, and not one of the dark creatures made it through the fire to reach Ilorin's clan. Cool. Alright, let's see. Valasalin blood writing. Valasalin blood writing. After my encounter with the Dalish elves on the road to Navarra, I studied every book on the elves I could find. I sought out legends and myths and history and tried to make sense of it all, but there is only so much one can learn from books. I knew that in order to truly understand the Dalish, I would have to seek them out. A dreadful idea, in hindsight. In my defense, I was young, and also inebriated when the idea popped into my head. Unfortunately, even after I had regained some measure of sobriety, the idea still held appeal. It proved remarkably resistant to my attempts to ignore it. I gave in after months of that nagging thought at the back of my head and set out to learn about the Dalish firsthand. I trampled through the forests bordering Orlais for weeks before I finally found, or was found, by a Dalish hunter. I stumbled into one of his traps and suddenly was hanging from a tree with a rope around my ankles. So there I was, defenseless, upside down with my robe over my head, my underclothes on display. Oh God. Descriptions of my predicament might elicit laughter these days, but trust me when I say it was a situation I would not wish on anyone. Thankfully, my ridiculous appearance may have caused my captor to stay his hand. What threat is a silly human with his pants showing? And so he sat, made a small fire, and began to skin the deer he'd caught. I soon mustered the courage to speak. I tried to assure him that I was not there to harm him, but he laughed at this and replied that if I were there to harm him, I had failed terribly. Eventually, we got to talking, and when I say talking, I mean I asked him questions, and occasionally he would deign to answer. He told me that while some Dalish actively seek out human travelers to rob or frighten them, most of his people would rather be left alone. He seemed to believe that punishing the humans for past actions only led to more violence. I asked him about the intricate tattoos on his face, and he told me they were called Vala Slin, blood writing. His were symbols of Ondrul, the Huntress, one of the most highly revered elven goddesses. He said the Dalish mark themselves to stand out from humans and from those of their kin who have chosen to live under human rule. He said the Valaslin remind his people that they must never again surrender their beliefs. When he finished skinning the deer, he cut me down. By the time I had righted myself and conquered the dizziness of all the blood rushing out of my head, he was gone. He's actually kind of lucky he didn't die. You can die from being hung upside down for too long. Your heart isn't strong enough to pump your blood against the flow of gravity. At least not for very long. Well, rather the reverse of gravity. It's strong enough to pump against the force of gravity traveling down from your toes up to your head, but not in reverse. There we go. I said it right. I do not recommend that my readers seek out the Dalish for themselves. I was very lucky to have met the man that I did, and to have walked away from our meeting unscathed. Perhaps the Maker watches over those who seek knowledge with an open heart. I certainly would like to think so. And it's from Brother Genitivi, who we now know got hung upside down by his feet. Ooh, a soup.
It doesn't look that bad. What's it supposed to be?
If you can't tell what it is, then it's rubbish.
Hush!
Quick save.
It's a little flat for a bowl, perhaps?
Told you so.
Map of occupied Kirkwall. Doink. Alright, nobody cares that I took that.
Shemlin. Wonderful. Make your business here quick.
I'm going to. Let me read this book. Arlathan, Part 1. Before the ages were named or numbered, our people were glorious and eternal and never changing. Like the great oak tree, they were constant in their traditions, strong in their roots, and ever reaching for the sky. They felt no need to rush when life was endless. They worshipped their gods for months at a time. Decisions came after decades of debate, and an introduction could last for years. From time to time, our ancestors would drift into centuries-long slumber, but this was not death, for we know they wandered the fate in dreams. In those ages, our people called the land Elv-Henan, which in the old language means place of our people. And at the center of the world stood the great city of Arlathan, or Lathan, a place of knowledge... Arlathan, okay. Of Arlathan, a place of knowledge and debate where the best of the ancient elves would go to trade knowledge, greet old friends, and settle disputes that had gone on for millennia. But while our ancestors were caught up in the forever cycle of ages, drifting through life at what we today would consider an intolerable pace, the world outside the lush forests and ancient trees was changing. The humans first arrived from Par Volen to the north. Called Shemlin, or Quicklings, by the ancients, the humans were pitiful creatures whose lives blinked by in an instant. When they first met the elves, the humans were brash and warlike, quick to anger and quicker to fight, with no patience for the unhurried peace of elven diplomacy. Well, I mean, when your diplomacy lasts longer than many generations of a people, they probably are. It's understandable they'd be ticked. I'll all die before the war ends. Oh, goodness. But the humans brought worse things than war with them. Our ancestors proved susceptible to human diseases, and for the first time in history, elves died of natural causes. What's more, those elves who spent time bartering and negotiating with humans found themselves aging, tainted by the humans' brash and impatient lives. Many believed that the ancient gods had judged them unworthy of their long lives and had cast them down among the quicklings. Our ancestors came to look upon the humans as parasites, which I understand is similar to the way the humans see our people in the cities. The ancient elves immediately moved closer to Elfhanan, to close Elfhanan off from the humans, for fear that this quickening would would crumble the civilization. I see. Oh. Side quest, a map with generous interpretations of the Reach of Orlais. Many similar documents were thrown from the window each time Kirkwall was liberated, much to the frustration of those in the Gallows house with record keeping. Oh, cool. Then I can give this back to them, then. Ah! Sell all junk. Let's sell... Actually, do I want to keep this for my brother? Probably. What does his damage look like? Actually, hold on.
Dalish crafting is second to none, I assure you.
I believe you, but I need to check my inventory. What does this do? 6 physical damage. Okay, so we could hold on to the blood axe then. Boop. This we don't need to hold on to, though. I can't wear that. Uh, 14 magic and 11 willpower to wear these shoes, and I guess they're better than the ones I've got technically, so hold on to that. And I am not a rogue, so I can't wear that. Okay. Do they have anything that I might want? An enchanted staff. Oh, 9 fire damage plus 11% additional fire damage. That's a little bit of a buy, but I think that might be worth it. 12 damage a second. I'll take that.
Dalish crafting is second to none, I am Master Island, a crafter for this clan. Forced to stay so close to this Shemlin city, I've seen my share of outsiders pass through our camp. Is there something you needed?
Tell me about your trade.
Are you a specialist? What sort of things do you make?
A Dalish crafter does many things. We create weapons, armor, anything our clan has need of.
I see. Well, I'm fine.
I don't need anything right now.
Of course. Don't hold the chisel like that. You'll cut off your thumb.
Don't hold the chisel like that. You'll cut off your thumb. Ooh, it's pretty. Let me sell you this stick. Thank you, bye.
Dalish crafting is second to none.
If either of us is likely to cut themselves, it's you.
That's enough.
Hello, Tarath.
Watch your steps, Yam. You don't know how many Dalish arrows are trained on you right now.
I see.
Is it my imagination? Or is Master Island's
Geography of Thedas.
It's not that much worse.
You weren't here this morning.
Shkovi. Geography of Thedas. Thedas is bounded to the east by the Amaranthine Ocean, to the west by the Tirashan Forest and the Hunterhorn Mountains, to the south by the snowy wastes that lie beyond the Orkney Mountains, and to the north by the Dunark Forest. The word Thedas is Tevinter in origin, originally used to refer to lands that border the Imperium. Actually, fun fact, and Mikey, you tell them, because I'm not as great at remembering all of it as you are, but the name Thedas actually has its origins in them struggling to come up with a name for the thing and using it as a placeholder, correct?
Yes, Thedas stands for the Dragon Age setting.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's such a cool little thing. Or they're like, fuck, I don't know what to name it. The Dragon Age setting. Oh, Thedas! You're a genius! Doc knew and says, yes, I love that fact. Let's see. The word Thedas is Tevinter in origin, originally used to refer to lands that bordered the Imperium. As the Imperium lost its stranglehold on conquered nations, more and more lands became Thedas, until finally people applied the name to the entire continent. The northern part of Thedas is divided amongst the Anderfels, the Tevinter Imperium, Antiva, and Rivian, with the islands held by the Qunari just off the coast. Central Thedas consists of the Free Marches, Nevarra, and Orlais, with Ferelden to the south. What lies beyond the snowy wastes is a mystery. The freezing temperatures and barren land have kept even the most intrepid cartographers at bay. Similarly, the western reaches of the Anderfels have never been fully explored, even by the Anders themselves. We do not know if the dry steppes are shadowed by mountains, or if they extend all the way to a nameless sea. There must be other lands, continents or islands, perhaps across the Amaranthine or north of Parvalen. For the Qunari arrived in Thedas from somewhere, but beyond that deduction, we know nothing. I also just realized I might have sold the map that I need for that side quest. Hold on a minute. No, I do have that. Okay. Because it was listed as junk when I picked it up, and I realized I clicked the sell all junk button. Alright, is there anything else in the camp besides this, or do you think I should look around the map itself a bit more before I go up the mountain?
Well, there's a section ahead of where the camp is.
Right here? I should go look at that too? Okay.
Well, so if you face where the paths are, there's a little lower bit that wraps around. I think that's the one you were looking at.
This one here?
Yeah.
Okay. I should check that out before I go up there then. Okay. Boop-de-boo. Oh!
We've got to head up the mountain, not down.
Should I go back to her? She seems rather concerned that I'm going the wrong way. Or should I ignore MERRILL?
You can, I mean, she's not going anywhere. You can rejoin her.
Okay. And that's the exit.
Did you approve my application?
I can't make you a guard carver.
We were both soldiers. Why won't they take me?
I was an officer, and I follow orders.
No, you don't.
I also think of others before myself. You seem tired of that, and that's dangerous.
Just when it's not my choice. You told them not to take me, didn't you?
Yes.
Ooh. Well then. Well, I'm holding down tab and I don't see anything, so I guess that's all that's over here. Alright then, back up the mountain with MERRILL. And Doc said that they can't hear her name without remembering, thinking immediately of the Pokemon. Alright, MERRILL, let's go. Oh, she's just tagging along. Hello? Oh, corpses. 2 feet away and the corpses are here.
Come here, you bastard! Another one?
You go through me before anyone else.
Oh?
Now you fall!
Oh, she's shooting nature damage now.
Nice work.
But oh.
The Keeper didn't mention you were a mage.
All keepers know a bit of old magic. The stories tell us that all Elven once had the gift. But like so many things, it was lost. It's a keeper's job to remember, to restore what we can.
I see. Yeah, Ferb, I agree. Our brother seems kind of petty and a bit selfish, like he's wanting for more, is what they said.
Yeah, I mean, I can empathize with his feelings. He feels... Here's the deal. He knows now, especially, that your family once had quite the reputation.
Mm-hmm.
And he also knows that because you're the eldest brother and that you are oftentimes the de facto leader, you get way more of the attention.
Yeah, and he would like some as
including
well.
Even from your own mother.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, she defers to you constantly, but doesn't really seem to care what Carver has to say.
Yeah. It's unfortunate because it seems that these things, some of which are just emotional neglect, which probably, I guess, isn't entirely Mom's fault in this, since, you know, she just lost one of her children, and her eldest daughter, and now has, you know, Hawke, brother or sister. Yeah, and it's left, Doc says, I think Carver is just very angry, and angry at the world and the family and his life in general. A lot of it seems to be justified, or at least valid. Yeah. And it's a shame because, you know, even if everything sucks, you shouldn't take your unhappiness out on other people.
Yeah, okay, so I'm not saying that he's in the right. I'm just saying
Oh, no,
that,
I know you're not.
Yeah, I'm just saying that I can understand where it's coming from and
Yeah.
why he's acting, which is why I don't hate him. I actually see him as quite a realistic portrayal of that kind of person.
Oh, yeah, I don't hate him either. Even when I snark at him for being an obnoxious little butthole, I understand why he's this way, and I actually feel kind of bad for him. Because in a perfect world, you know, you'd want to take a person like that aside and be like, hey, I get how unhappy you are, but I promise you that if you keep that kind of attitude up, it's only going to make things worse, and you'll be even more upset, and at that point, you won't have anybody to blame but yourself. And that sucks. Because it's not like he doesn't have potential to be good, so hopefully we'll be able to help him through that as the story goes on. So.
Yeah, it'll just take some time, because he needs to learn.
Yeah. Yeah, Doc says if he were to let up a bit, maybe get some therapy, he'd actually be a pretty good person. Yeah. Sadly, I don't think therapy exists in the world of Thedas.
Not in any medical capacity, no.
Yeah. That's unfortunate. It's not like we can be like, here, smoke this elf root thistleweed combo and it'll chill you out and you can think about things rationally. Doc says, actually, yeah, that describes a lot of people in Dragon Age. They just need some therapy. That actually describes most people in adventure stories, both heroes and villains, where it's like, damn, man, I think you need some therapy. Also, before I continue, I keep staring at it. Can we all take a moment to appreciate this massive belt buckle that Varric has? It's almost the same size as his head. It's bigger than his head.
You should check out the concept art at some point.
Oh, is it even bigger?
They played around with the belt buckle.
Yes.
I watch BC talks a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, let's just say there's a lot of there were a lot of variations before they finally settled on the way Varric looks.
I like that in costumes, especially for smaller stature characters. I love the idea of just giving them like one particularly large item, like one accessory, like my goblin bard and her chunky shoes. I mean, she's got larger hands and feet, but so she would have big shoes. But I love the chunky shoes I gave her. My frog creature, because I can't remember what they're called in Pathfinder, alchemist Pon. In order to let people know that she is in fact a girl, she has a magnificently huge bow on the back of her head, tied to the back of her goggles. I've also given characters like a abnormally long belt or really big buckle. You know, like a Thunder. My Tabaxi artificer has a massive backpack. I love Doc says Varric with his large buckle and his larger crossbow.
His massive chest hair.
His huge tracts of land. Monty Python reference for anybody who wants it. What about demons?
Can't demons possess Dalish mages?
It can happen. And when it does, the clan must hunt and kill their own keeper.
Yike. What about Templars?
Does the Chantry know about the Dalish mages?
Oh, they know. Keeper Marathari told me that was one of the reasons we never camped too long in one place.
Eesh.
They usually won't pursue us if we stay away from the cities and towns and keep moving. But my clan is now in more danger, having lost our Hala.
Ooh.
If you go to Kirkwall, you'll be an apostate in a city full of Templars.
I know. But if I don't go to Kirkwall, I'll be alone. A solitary elf is easy prey for anyone. In the city, I can get lost in the crowd.
I see. Well, thank you for the help.
I'm glad you decided to pitch in back there.
Oh! Oh, you're welcome. I wasn't sure I'd be much good. I've done a little fighting before, but it was always alone. I'll try not to hit anyone. On our side, I mean. I'm babbling again. Let's go.
On our side, I'm babbling again. Let's go. I love when characters say a big sentence just all at once to show their nervousness. It's like, yeah, I'm babbling again. Let's just get... No. Let's just go. If I speak more, I will embarrass myself further. I don't want to. Oh, I feel you, Merrill. I feel you. It's kind of funny, though, that we took, like... Yes. That we took, like, 2 steps. My yeet button sent it flying.
You will fall. That's enough.
I don't climb mountains.
I mean, you're going to, regardless, because that's what we're doing today.
Messing with us is suicidal.
I love that our brother, that Parver, just interrupted that fight to be like, I don't climb mountains. Well, I don't care.
But he doesn't, and he needs you to know that.
You do now. I don't climb mountains. Really? Alright, let's, see. I think I need more willpower in order to wear the shoes I got, so let's do that. Let's make sure I don't need anything else. Let's just put it all into willpower for now. Give ourselves a nice big mana boost for when we have more spells that we will be keeping active at a time. Alright, what do we got? What's this? Arcane Shield. I don't think I need that. Mind Blast. Stunning Blast. Becomes a sweeping torrent of energy that can stun opponents. That will be delightful. Telekinetic Field that repels significant damage. I think I'm going to go for the upgraded version of Stun. Having a stun is always good. Alright, let's see. A devastating shower of flame. Pyromancer, long practice, increases all fire damage the magic inflicts, including a basic attack from a fire staff. Nice. Cold air that injures and slows a target. Spirit, what we got? Energy bolt. Other spells may be more powerful. This bolt can be cast with greater frequency. Okay, so it's an activated ability. Okay, so that's that. Death Siphon. Dispelling magic. I'll take that. You always wanted a dispel. A dispel is always nice. Let's keep you over here so I don't click you by accident. We'll go up a little bit more, and then, let's see, we've got like 6 minutes left. Okay, let's see if we can make it to the top mountain. Why, hello, Hunterman.
So the Keeper finally found someone to take you from here.
Wow.
Yes.
Then finish your task quickly, human. We cannot be rid of this one too soon.
I'm sensing a story here.
I have made my choice. And I will save our clan whatever you think.
So that's a nice mountain.
Sundermount seems very mountainous today,
That
doesn't
is
it?
a boulder. And that
Lots
is a
of
very nice boulder.
rock and hillside.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Let's go. We should hurry.
That's a lot of pages about dirt. That poor kid. I don't know how much I'll agree with her whenever I find out whatever the heck happened to make them send her away. Although she's asking to go. So I don't know. But currently I feel bad for her. Let's go into the passage.
I'm sorry. You're not really seeing the DALES at their best. We're good people that look out for each other. Just not today, apparently.
Doc says, so we have a babbling, anxiety-ridden elf, an insecure younger brother with anger issues, a cocky dwarf who's a touch too attached to their crossbow, and a warrior who had to kill her own husband. Yeah! We're a motley crew! And Hawke does have some very quotable lines so far. Are you alright?
Is there anything I can do to help?
It's kind of you to ask. I'm fine. Even if my people don't appreciate my efforts, I must see this through. Let's go. Ashabelanar isn't known for her patience.
I see. If you see people's names pop up, it's because I'm pausing the game to, Now, how loud are the spiders?
Piece of cake!
Oh. El Speedre. Oh shit, Merrill. Merrill!
You will fall!
Can you? Might you? May we? Cannot we? Can I not? I cannot. Okay. Well. Yay!
Be gone!
They did indeed gone. Gone they do indeed be. Oh! Pretty. Glowworms. Gloves of the Spiral Eye. Oh, I've almost got enough magic to wear that. Bonus for completion of this set. Cool. Next time I level up, give myself a little bit more magic. And then I can wear them. Let's give you some strength. And a dex. And confirm it. Let's see. Hmm. 100% chance. Ah. It's the pommel strike. Taunt. Ooh. I'll take Rally, please. I really liked that when I had that. Let's see. Let's give her some death.
Keep in mind that the abilities are not the same as the previous one, so you want to check up and make sure that the abilities that you're getting are the ones
it looks
that you
like
want.
it's a temporary thing. As opposed to a sustained one like before. Ooh. That's getting a bunch of stamina back, which is always nice. Ooh, immune to flanking. Yes, please. Look at the glowworms on the ceiling. Oh, that's so pretty. I went the wrong way. Ignore me. All right. Actually, let's take a little peeky. Can we see over here? Oh, it's a river. It's an underground river. That's not the way down, me. Oh, the Anderfells. Ooh. Silverite. Silverite. The lustrous white-blue silverite has long been prized by the dwarves for use in jewelry, rune-making, and weaponsmithing. But on the surface, it is more commonly used by apothecaries and healers. Since the metal does not rust, many traditions believe it to be proof against poison. There is a tale passed down among the people of the Anderfells. A knight returned home after many years of war, only to be struck by an adder. His wife immediately bound the wound with a medallion of silverite pressed against the bite like a poultice. By morning, the poison had left him, and the knight lived to an old age. Well, there are some metals that detect poison, like silver. Most poisons and toxins, if they touch silver, to cause silver to turn black. So it was often used in like medieval era times, all across the world. In fact, they used silver cutlery or dishes and cups to make sure that they didn't get poisoned, because if somebody put poison in the cup or in the food on the plate, it would turn black. The Anderfells. The Anderfells are a land of shocking extremes. It is the most desolate place in all the world, for 2 blights have left great expanses of the steppes so completely devoid of life that corpses cannot even decay there. No insect or grub will ever reach them. It is a land filled with wonders, like the Meridain, with its gigantic white statue of Our Lady carved into its face, her hands outstretched and bearing an eternal flame, or Weishaupt Fortress, with its walls of living rock towering over the desolate plains below. The Anders, too, are a people of extremes, the most devout priests and the most deadly soldiers, the poorest nation in the world, and the most feared. Interesting. Keep clicking the wrong button, and instead of going the way I want to, I'm, like, just sort of listing off into the wall. So that's the mountain graveyard. But we could explore inside a little bit more, which I think we... Oh! That actually scared me! Why did that jump scare me? I got spooked by the spiders appearing! That's hilarious.
Face me. I stand for all of us.
Let me help him. Oh, it just stood there and died. That's funny.
Bianca's getting lonely.
Hey, have more friends! A corrupted spider.
Go down.
Glowing with horrible fart gas.
This will be easy. Bye.
Alright then. It had a gallstone in it. Apparently that's what caused it to become evil. Hello. It's a box. Seal of House Tailwind. Oh? Nice. I love that we're just finding little quests all over the place. So yeah, I think we will continue looking around through here. But we will do that next time. And by next time, I mean Monday. Because Friday, we will be seeing if we can complete Stray. Because that's our 3-hour one, and I was about 2 hours in, and I think the game's about 5 or 6, so we might actually be able to wrap it all up tomorrow. And by tomorrow, I mean Friday, because today is Wednesday. I don't know, I'm here, somehow, in time. I don't know where I'm at, when I'm at, how I'm at, whatever. Anyway, let's do us a big save. Oh, who level up? Oh, he do. Hold on, we have to level him up first. And then next time we'll get cunning up even more. Alright. Shooty shooty bang bang. What we got? What is what to shoot? Speed. Bursting arrow. Let's do that. Let us save. Jump, scare, mountain. Ah! I can't spell. There we go. Okay. So, with that, I want to thank everybody for stopping by, including the new peeps. It was nice to see new people, even new people who were chatting. That's great. I'm always happy when we have new people, and I'm happy when I see older people popping up.
You're old.
That's
you heard
not
it here
what
first.
I'm...
You're old.
I'm gonna toss you. I'm gonna pick you up and toss you. I don't know where I'll toss you, but somewhere. As always...
Earth to chat. You're old.
No! I mean, somebody might be, but that doesn't matter.
Boomers?
I don't think I can call you old, Ferb. I'm pretty sure you're younger than me. I am older than you. by 6 years, actually, it seems. I am more than half a decade older than you, so you can't be old yet, because I'm not. But yes, as always, hush now, yes. As always, all of my social links are below the video, both here on Twitch and on YouTube. I think I have some updating of those links to do, but I think they're all pretty fine right now. Including a link to my Patreon, where if you want some neat extra stuff, including wallpapers, and seeing sketches and things early, and getting to ask for stuff, and for as little as $1, access to the Discord, where I will harass you daily with photos of my cat. Hanabi is learning how to climb when she's only got 3 legs that work good and 1 that do not work good at all. But she's climbing. She's fast. She's a very fast girl. She's also made friends with Bourbon. We found them sitting at the back door today, watching TV. And by TV, I mean birds. Cat TV. It's so cute because he's so much bigger than her, and she's just this tiny little thing sitting beside him in her little kitty diaper, looking outside like, wow, that's a whole lot of stuff I can't go do, because Mom won't open the door and let me go. Get picked up by a vulture or something and carried away.
Oh, God.
I actually meant that more in like a, onward to adventure sort of way, but now that I've said it, it actually sounds a little dark. I'm sorry. Like the beginning of a, I forgot the name of the studio. They were competing with Disney. Don Bluth. That's like a Don Bluth movie. Anyway. Thank you all once again. I hope to see you guys on Friday, for our 3-hour stream. The, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard. And we'll see if we can finish Stray. Yes. You guys have a great rest of your night and a wonderful tomorrow.
Goodbye.
I would like to take this opportunity to thank all of my followers over on Patreon and give a special shout out to Jack Fox, Old Monster, A Ferb Among Us, Dizarin, and Revolution 72. Thank you guys so much for your continued support.